Hello, hello. So this is where the fun begins. So if you look at your cutting guide under panel A, you're going to see pockets and flaps. Those are specific to panel A. The ones under C, E, D, all the other ones, whatever. C, D, E, and F. I don't know my alphabet. Those are each specific to each panel, all right? So they're not mixed. You can't mix and match. You can mix and match the design, but not the size, and I'll explain that later. So for I kept my whatchamacallits because I think it's important that we keep them, guys, just for now. I'm so early in the project that I don't want to mess things up by not keeping things, right? So here's my panel, my A panel. So this is 1, right? Let me write it down because I think I know and then I forget. So this is A panel 1, right? And then this one is 2, and then this one is 3. So everything will be under each of these panels, okay? So for A1, we've got this piece, and then we have various little photo mats, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick this piece down, and that goes right, so it's going to go right within the frame, okay? You want to be sure that you ink everything up, okay? You want to ink everything up, and you want to make sure that it's within the frame. That's what's important here. Okay, so we've got a nice little tab going on here. If you want to flip it so that the tab is on the bottom, you can, and I think I want to do that, but I put my tape already on the dented side, darn it. But I'll have to live with it. All right, so let's stick this one down first. We want to taper. All right, so let me grab my scissors and taper. My tape is on the dented side. This one, the tab is included in the measurement, okay? So when you measure for this one, you measure from the straight edge to the tab, not from straight edge to straight edge, okay? So from straight edge for the tab. The tab is included in the measurement. All right, so we've got this. And I folded mine up so easily just in order to make this all work, you know, because it is one of those projects that when you're working on it, you got to have it a certain way, you know. So from frame, so you want to stay within the frame because the whole point is to see that fabulous border that we got going on there, right? This frame that we got going on here. So now, remember I said you can make a waterfall in one of these. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a waterfall in one of these. So I use a tag. I use regular manila. I use a tag, and then I threw a tab in there. So the first one I'm going to attach is the one with the tab. Do not taper these, okay? So you want to be from the top. You want to be slightly away from the fold. Okay, so you can start at you want to line it up with the frame on the other side, right? With the center frame. And so we have that first, and then we're gonna do the tag next. This is the number 8 tag that you can cut from your Essentials SVG bundle. Okay, and then I just got some regular square ones. You can do all sorts of shapes here if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you guys. And this one. This is, I always say they're all my favorite every time I release a new project, but this one is just so fun. So fun. So there you have that already. So you have a variation in photos. Oh, how did that happen? I put tape on both sides of that one. Good grief. Well, I guess where some pen and paper's going. And then this one. And you can go all the way down if you want to with these. Okay, I chose not to. I just chose to do these here, this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because then I'm going to do just some pictures there. Okay, that's it. You can even add a pocket down here if you want to, shallow pocket. Maybe we'll add a shallow pocket. So I'm just going to paper clip this for now so it can stay still. This will have a closure. Okay, so just, you'll see. So how cute is this already? Already, how adorable. There's no paper, no nothing. Or I may just go all the way down. I'm not sure. We'll see. If you see more than 6, I decided to go all the way down. All right, so next is our A2, right? Our A2 template. Let's get all that out of there. So what did I put for A2? For A2, I did a pocket and a flap. Okay, so here's my pocket and here's my flap for A2. So right there. And let's do what we got to do, guys. Let's do it. We're going to, tape is on the dented side. Tape is always on the dented side, guys, unless I tell you bumpy side. All right, so I just hate to sound like a broken record. Tape on the dented side, tape on the dented side. So that's why I don't repeat it all the time. So remember, tape is, if I say nothing, it's because it's on the dented side. So we're not tapering here. Okay, we're not doing that. And you're going to put this down right there. Well, taper, just taper it. Go ahead, taper. Just a teeny sliver. Remember the width of your tape. And you want to just go right at that frame. So the frame is where you are sticking things down. And then your pocket. So you can leave this for photo if you wanted to. But just to create some more interaction, we're going to go ahead and put this guy down. All right, we made the pocket. And it only gets better from here, guys. So you're just going to have all sorts of goodies coming out of these spaces here. All right, so it just makes it easy to line everything up when you have the grid. All right, so another paper clip. These will have closures, okay? You can do magnets. You can do whatever you want. So we'll see what we'll do. More than likely, this one will have a magnet. Okay. Then here for the bottom, I did a pocket. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I didn't add anything else here. Well, because I can do a little ribbon closure coming out of here and then here. Ooh, see, look at that. I just got to be careful because I don't want to add too much bulk. So here are your pieces for number 3. All right, so pocket and flap. I'm saying nothing, so where does the tape go? Yes, I can hear you all saying the dented side. Excellent. So for a pocket, we miter. For a flap, we taper. Okay, let's do it. So you want to, let me just do this in front of you guys because it's important. Because we have so many layers and so many gussets, I don't want you to smash your gusset by accident. So I want you to get into the habit of burnishing before you attach your pieces, okay? So get into that habit. Because I don't want you to forget that there's a gusset and then you accidentally burnish your gusset. You make a crease in your gusset. For what I'm doing now, I have all my gussets disengaged, all right? They're all flat, all of them flat. That way, I know that I'm not going to mess up any of my gussets. Okay. So this one's going to be like a little mini policy style envelope. Get over here. So you want to leave it right where that photo, where the frame is. And now for the little flappy doodle. That goes there. Look, how cute is this thing? It just gives me the giggles. How freaking cute is this? So can you imagine this decorated? We've got a pocket here. We've got this flap with a pocket, and then we have this waterfall here. I'm definitely going to add more of these guys. So just follow your cutting guide. All right, so this is your arrangement for your A panel. Don't forget, my friends, if you love what you see on this channel, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Just say hi. Let me know you were watching, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to our D panel. I've got my D1. That's D4. This is D2, and this is D3. Okay, so we're going. Remember, your cutting guide says, I don't want to confuse anybody, and this is really for me, pockets and flaps for frames. A panel, then now you go to your C panel, right? I love it when I say I don't want to confuse anybody. Again, it's really for me. So here is our D1. So let's get our D1 pieces. Easy peasy. All right, we've got these two pieces right here. They're simple 4x6 frames. All right, so you're going to remove the tape backing from one. You're going to take your flap or your binding strip and fold it in. And then you're going to layer this one right on top. So you're going to cut two of these. I do not recommend that you do more than these because remember, this is folding into itself. And although we have nice gussets, we don't want to overdo it. Remember, we still have to mat, maybe add a little tuck here, a little tuck there, right? So we want to be careful. At least I want to be careful. So I'm removing my template for one, and this one too because they're annoying me. And I'm just going to make sure I stick this down within the frame. Whoopsie. I hate when I cut too big. Hold on. Hang on. I forgot this was a 4x6, but now that I made the frame, it is no longer that. Let me just trim it at the bottom and I'll be fine. I assumed. And that's an easy peasy inking job, so I'll be fine. All right, so there we go. So again, you want it to fit within the frame. I've inked, I've tapered all my pieces. Everything's good, all right? So now for D2, which is this one right here, we've got this simple pocket. Again, I've inked, I've mitered, and I've taped. Tape is, I didn't say anything, so tape should be on the dented side. Okay, so this is simple pocket. This pocket is going to keep everything here nice and tidy. Well, almost everything. Okay, so there's that pocket. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to undo this. I'm a little bit crooked. See what's happening there? That big old gap. But I could do that on my own time. It's just that it's crooked. And now for D4, well, let's do D3. Let's do D3. This is D3. We've got two flaps. Simple, easy peasy flaps. I've tapered. So we're going to do one on to the left-hand side. And the other one will go on the right-hand side. So it's going to open like that. And like this, my friends. Want to make sure everything's nice and even. Perfecto. So these will open up like that. This one opens up like this. All right, and then for this teeny one here, how do I have an extra flap? This is probably from the A panel. So now same deal, except that we have two smaller ones for D4 right here. And I want you to cut one. Cut about 3/4 of an inch off of one side only. Okay? And this is optional. This is only if you want to add the same closure I'm adding, okay? And you want to round the corners for this short one too. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. So we've cut 3/4 of an inch off of one, and we rounded the corners. Or for one side, I should say. And I did a little bit more inking so everything could be nice and tidy. Okay, so I want my closure on this side, on the left-hand side. So I'm going to put the short one on the left-hand side. And then I'll put the long one on the right-hand side. Wow, I can't seem to get this side straight at all. Another one I'm going to have to take out. And then this one over here. Perfect. I just goofed up over here. Look at that. You see how crooked I'm going over there? All right, so now whatever we put in this pocket, it's going to keep this closed, and this one will have a little closure. Right, so let's say we put this in here, right? See, it's going to keep all that closed. And yes, this is a little pocket, but look at what we can fit in there. Okay. Fabulous. We'll move on to E panel. So grab those templates. So we are on panel E. We've got our E 5 and 6. So 5, 6. This one's 7. And this one again is 5 and 6. Okay. We're going to start with our 5 and 6 panels because these are pretty much exactly the same. They're just flaps. Okay. So I have cut, taped, and inked. And then this is a flap, so we taper, right? So tapering that, and we're going to add these pieces here. So we got just flaps going on here, friends. Flaps and friends. And now for our E6 piece, same deal. All right, so let's put that one there. So we have to be a little bit more conservative now with these, with E and F, because you know we're getting too many layers going on here. All right. So now for E7, which is here, right? We've got 3 pieces. And you're going to attach these 3 pieces as follows. We're going to attach once you cut them, you'll recognize these pieces, right? You will recognize them. So we've got the long flap goes first. Okay. And that goes right there. Sorry, I got to get my big old head in the way for a minute. The long flap goes first. Then you're going to open it and you're going to attach your belly band, okay, to the center. The little belly band. No need to taper this one, okay. Your belly band, center it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try. Okay, mine is crooked. Hi, Kathy. And now burnish that because you'll get some resistance. And now your pocket, which we are going to miter, right? So pocket, you locate the X that's formed by the 2 intersecting score lines. You position your scissors directly across that X on the diagonal and you cut. Sounds good, right? Easy peasy stuff, people. So there are all of our pockets, but we're working with the pocket for number 7 right now. So what we're going to do is create a little angle here because I love me an angle. So we're going to find our center, okay? And you want to find your center at least 3/4 of an inch from the from the bottom edge, right? With the flaps in the folded position. Oh, whoopsie. And you're going to make a pencil mark. Very light, because remember on the file folders, you cannot I cannot personally erase my pencil mark. So then from the left and the right hand side, the top, which would be the opening of the pocket, you make a small pencil mark at a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, now you're going to cut from pencil mark to pencil mark, from pencil mark to pencil mark. All right. And let me grab my non-skid ruler and my cutting surface. And I'm going to get to cutting. Get to cutting. I got to figure out why that blade doesn't close. And that's bad because if I grab it, I can cut myself. And we do not want to do that. All right, guys. Okay. Whoopsie. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. All right. So now this goes on top of your number 7 flap. Right there. So let's remove the tape backing. Let me burnish this one. I don't know that I did. It feels like I didn't. There we go. So let's remove the tape backing and stick that right on top. So we got a fun little angle there. So this is a play on a stack pocket, but more fabulous. Okay, more fabulous. Okay, I have a very important public service announcement for the bottom E6s, E6 and E5. Okay, I don't know what the heck I did when I was coloring, right? That I obviously must have left too much space here. Too much space. I left too much space that when I got to the bottom, my bottom E6s did not fit. So what I had to do was whack off a quarter. All right, 1/4 of an inch. So my measurements for my pockets are based on whacking off 1/4 of an inch. So if you did yours right, these pockets are going to be just a little bit short in your, you'll have that, right? But you can always mat, or guys, simply just add 1/4 of an inch to the height of the pocket, okay? So these are size for me having to cut 1/4 of an inch from my bottom only E5 and E6, okay? So these are pockets I cut, I taped, and I mitered, and I inked, okay? So I don't know what I did wrong there, but I did something wrong. Obviously, my placement is wrong. My placement was wrong. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And my placement is wrong here too. I may regret this. Okay, there we go. So, there we go. And now here. So again, a play on a stack pocket, and let me, I know you're like, what do you mean, Kathy, stack pocket? Because there's flaps and only pockets, but let me just show you what I mean. So, whatever we put in here, we'll keep this closed, right? We'll keep this closed, and then whatever we put in here, we'll keep the top closed. So how stinking fun is that gonna look, right? So when you pull this out, you got boom. When you pull this out, you got boom, boom, boom. Love it. That is E for you guys. So look at your E measurements. You know, do your coloring, do your coloring, do your coloring. After I saw this happen, I was like, ooh, this could happen to them on this side or any side. So just measure your squares before you cut. Well, no, just cut, guys. You're gonna be fine. Just cut. And you may have to make a little bit of adjustments here and there in the height, all right, or the width, which is easy peasy. I promise you guys are gonna be fine. Because when that happened, I was like, it's a little there's some variables there, but I think you'll be fine. All right, now for F panel, you want the cutting guide for this project. You will get the videos and the cutting guides. The link is in my shop and it's called Storyline Album. All right, so I'll link you down below in the description box so you can get to it. All right, guys, make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know you're watching. Give me a quick hello, a thumbs up. And if you don't subscribe and you like what you see on this channel, hit that subscribe button. So we are on our F panel. And same deal, we're going to start with our matching up our pieces. So there's our F8 and our F9. Okay, so we're going to remove those. And here is our F8 piece. This super cute, teeny tiny little pocket. So cut, score, ink, tape on the dented side, and miter because it's a pocket. When we've got pockets, we miter. All right, so let's remove the tape backing. And this little guy is going to go right here. Just so cute. Everything little is cute for some reason. Then we've got our F9. We've got two pieces. These are going to go head to head. All right, so there, oops, wrong way. There are my flaps, dented side for the tape, my friends. And we're going to put this one down here. Right down here. Oops, too low. Well, it doesn't matter because the other one goes up there. Okay. And here I got also pretty wonky with this one. My template shifted and I sort of kind of went rogue. But still okay. I have plenty of room to put whatever I'm going to put in here to keep this closed. Okay, so this is going to be cute. Open up like this, right? Love. Then for number 10, we've got a simple belly band. All right, simple belly band. And I'm afraid to put anything else over here because I think once we start to get going, believe it or not, we're not there yet. This is not getting going right here. This is just assembly. Once we start putting all the paper and stuff on there, and then we start making all sorts of inserts, I'm a little scared. All right, so now we've got number 11, which is over here. And this is what it looks like. And your tape on the dented side. Okay, over here. Perfect and adorable. I may have to go in with my stencil and do a little bit of extra coloring. And then number 12, it's a flap. This is what it looks like here. And for this closure, we're going to do our little button closure. All right, so if you notice, I have to go in and do just a little bit of fix this over here because I don't know what I did over here. Oh, I must have cut this one just a little bit too short. I must have cut this one a teeny bit short. That's what happened. I'm like, why? A teeny bit short and this one a little bit too long. But that's okay. I'm going to whack a little bit off of this one then. I don't want to screw anything up. Just a teeny bit. Don't want to mess anything up. Where's my ruler? Over here. And I'm gonna, I don't want to have to flip this around. Really, Kathy? No, I'm not doing that. It's just, I'm just gonna ink right in between those two pieces and that's it. And I'll be done. Just leave it. I'd rather have a little bit of a bigger flap than making sure my ink is right. All right, so we're done. We are done with the, well, I say we're done with the assembly portion, but that may not be true, all right? Because I'm going to decorate this. And of course, once all of our goodies are in our pockets, all these flaps will be held down. So I'm thinking of putting the E and the D on the back because I'm thinking of making those my pop-ups, okay? And if you want the pop-ups, because you can, the tutorial's just going to have a belly band or a mat, you know, some sort of mat here. But if you want the pop-ups and they fit, you want to get the Essentials SVG file pop-up edition. All right, you're going to be able to find those in there. I just have to size them, which is why they're not in there yet. Okay, so here we go. It's like, what did I do here? I wasn't sure what I had here. So this closes like this, and of course my window's open. I got a little bug, and then this closes up. So we still have quite a bit of room in there in that gusset. So I'm satisfied. And over here, the 1/4 inch side is getting quite beefy. And then we have plenty of room here in this gusset here, and I know this gusset here. So now that it's getting fuller, it's going to feel so much nicer, guys. All right, it's not going to feel so flimsy, if that makes sense. All right, and I haven't put any. Oh, please don't break your flap, Kathy. I gotta hurry up and decide what I'm gonna do with this before it gets destroyed with me and my moving around so much. You know what it is? This paper clip is not the right paper clip for this. Let me get a smaller one that I do not have here. Oh, I do have them. These paper clips are not the right ones. Ah! This little one would be perfect for that. Ah, there we go. Okay, and this one's fine. This one. There we go. Now this is not going to go anywhere, and I don't have to worry about it getting beat up until I get my acetate on there. Okay, I'm happy with that. I saw a big paper clip in here. Doesn't belong in there. All right, so that's it for now. When I come back, we will be playing with some pretty paper. All right, I have to cut my pieces for the cardstock version. I think I'm not going to record that. I think I'm just going to assemble it because it is identical. All right, guys, so I'm not sure. If you see it here, then it happened. If you see a video with the cardstock version already assembled, that means that I did it on my own time. The storyline cutting guide and video is in the description box below. I linked you guys to that so you can purchase that and use your own papers. All right, so this is another goodie, guys. Super goodie, super goodie. I hope you all love it. Let me know, leave me a comment. Let me know that you're watching and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one.